Pythagoras Theorem. If we have two identical squares, then we can arrange similar triangles with size A, B, C. So similar right angle triangle with the diagonal A and the two legs B and C. We can arrange this until we get something like this. So the remaining part of the unshaded square is also a square over here. Then we can also use the same similar triangles, the same similar right angle triangles. We can use the same number of similar right angle triangles to also fill the second identical square differently, like this. And when this happens, the area of the unshaded region over here, as the area of this square, which is given by the area of this square, area is equal to, this is a square, so area is equal to A squared. That is A times A will give us A squared. Then this unshaded region also give us an area of C squared. And this one also give us an area of B squared. So you can see that because the squares are the same, they are identical, and the right angle triangles are also congruent or equal, therefore this area and this area will be equal to this area. In other words, this area over here, the unshaded area over here, which is A squared, will be equal to the area of this one, which is B squared plus C squared. So in other words, the Pythagoras theorem is saying that in a right angle triangle, the square on the hypotenuse will be equal to sum of the squares on the legs. So this is a right angle triangle. Now the A squared is this, that is the hypotenuse. Then the B squared is one of the legs. Then the C squared is one of the other legs. Now let's look at how we can use this theorem to solve questions. We are supposed to find the value of x in centimeters in a right angle triangle below. So now since this is a right angle triangle, we know the hypotenuse squared, which is 5 into bracket x plus 1 all squared. All squared will be equal to the sum of the squares on the legs of the right angle triangle. So this one also squared plus this one also squared. So we have 3 into bracket x plus 1 all squared. Now we simplify this to get, so this squared will give us, so this implies that we have 25 into bracket x plus 1 all squared will be equal to 100 into bracket x minus 2 all squared plus 9 into bracket x plus 1 all squared. Now we can group like terms. This can come here so that we get 25 into bracket x plus 1 all squared minus 9 into bracket x plus 1 all squared is equal to 100 into bracket x minus 2 all squared. Now this will give us 16 into bracket x plus 1 all squared is equal to 100 into bracket x minus 2 all squared. I think we need to rewrite this back in the form 16 is the same as 4 squared, so 4 squared into bracket x plus 1 all squared is equal to 10 squared into bracket x minus 2 all squared. Now using the laws of indices, we have 4 into bracket x plus 1 all squared is equal to 10 into bracket x minus 2 all squared. So now we can see that the exponents are the same. Then we can equate the bases. So this implies that we have 4 into bracket x plus 1 is equal to 10 into bracket x minus 2. Now let's open the bracket to get 4x plus 4 over here is equal to 10x minus 20. So grouping like terms, we have 10x minus 4x is equal to 4 plus 20. So this is x, there's x over here. Now we simplify this, we get 6x is equal to 24. Hence x must be equal to 4. So if you don't take time in your span, you're going to get a learning thing very, very lengthy that can make the work very difficult for you. So it is very advisable it is time saving to approach it this way. We are supposed to find the value of x and y in centimeters in the isosceles triangle ABC. Now, analyzing this, we can realize that this squared will be equal to this squared plus this squared. Now, let's say this is n, then NC will be equal to half of this whole length, which is 3 into bracket y plus 1. So now, if we rush to use Pythagoras Theorem over here, we are going to get two variables that will be difficult for us to solve. So we can use this isosceles property to determine the value of x first. So we know 3 into bracket x plus 1 is supposed to be equal to 15. Now this gives us x plus 1 is equal to 5. So we must have x to be equal to 4. Now if x is equal to 4, then it means 3x will be equal to 3 times 4, which will be 12. So now, we can base on these two values to determine the value of y. So we know that 15 squared, which is the hypotenuse squared, will be equal to 12 squared plus 3 into bracket y plus 1 all squared. Now this will give us 15 squared minus 12 squared is equal to 3 into bracket y plus 1 all squared. Now this will give us 81 is equal to 3 times y plus 1 all squared. Now 81 is same as 9 squared. So we have 9 squared is equal to 3 into bracket y plus 1 all squared. Now, since the exponents are the same, we equate the bases. So you must have 9 to be equal to 3 into bracket y plus 1. So divide through by 3, we get 3 is equal to y plus 1. So you must have y to be equal to 2. Hence the value of y is equal to 2 and x is equal to 4. ABCD is an isosceles trapezium, and we're given the measurement of BC to be 66 centimeters, then BF. So BF is 6 centimeters and GH is 8 centimeters. We are supposed to calculate the value of EF from here to here. Now we know that this is also going to be 6 centimeters because of the isosceles properties of the trapezium. Then because this is the vertical height, then this must also be equal to 8 centimeters. So we can use this property now. We can use the Pythagoras property now to find the value of x. So we know that 5 into bracket x plus 1 all squared should be equal to 8 squared plus 6 squared. So we have 5 into bracket x plus 1 all squared is equal to 100. This will give us 64 plus 36 will give us 100. So we can rewrite this as 5 into bracket x plus 1 is equal to the square root of both sides. Square root of both sides. So this will cancel this. Then square root of 100 is 10. So we have x plus 1 is equal to x plus 1 is equal to 2. Then we must have x to be equal to 1. So if x is equal to 1, then this will be 6 times 1, which is equal to 6 centimeters. And if this is 6 centimeters, this is also 6 centimeters. And we know that BC is 66 centimeters. Therefore, to get EF will be equal to EF will be equal to 66 minus 6 plus 6. So this will be equal to 54 centimeters.